and it could go crazy. But that's where we're going with this thing. And anybody who's not in this market with everything they've got is dumber than dumb. I buy every 2 or 3 or 4 weeks, except when I move, and it costs me thousands of dollars to move. But anyway, what I say is that you've got to be there. You've got to be in there. This is going to be very, very powerful. We've got Prince Bandar in jail. Prince Bandar. He's probably worth billions. He's in Saudi Arabia. He's in jail. He tried to pull a coup. Now, he's great friends with all of the Illuminists in London and New York in particular, and ambassador to the United States for about a dozen years. And nobody could have put him up to the coup except the Illuminists. They wanted him to run the country and get rid of the rest of those old raggedy-egg dogs that are running things in Saudi Arabia. And that is very significant because that's a major move. The U.S. must know there's real trouble coming. And so I thought I'd bring that to your attention. But we're on the right track here. We know what's happening. We know what's going to happen. And it gets a little frightening to me personally because I've hit the ball out of the park 98% of the time. I mean, that is incredible. No human being deserves that. And all I can say is that God has to be doing something to help me. I don't know. I'm smart, but I'm not that smart. And but anyway, thank goodness, thank God that it has happened. Everybody is making money. Everybody is retaining their wealth. And I'm happy about that. And if this turns out the way that I think it will, you'll probably all get filthy rich. But if you do, and you make a lot of money, be sure to help all those people who weren't as industrious, intelligent as you were, or given the gifts that you were to be able to discern these kind of things are going to happen. So just don't forget, when this is all over, if you're still alive, of course, and because it's going to get nasty, make sure you help other people, because that's the way the grand design is set up. Now, I have questions here today, and
yes, I have some too.
I think you probably have this one from Chris.
Yes, I do.
How does this current economic environment compare to what happened in the 1970s? It's similar. The big thing is the accumulation of debt, personal, corporate, and governmental. It's colossal. There was never anything like that. So, and the same thing about 1930 to 1941, December the 7th. Same thing. They didn't even have any debt compared to what was debt in the 1970s, and what we've got now is unbelievable. And so it's a lot worse. And it's just not good. And that's why I keep on banging away for you to get dehydrated and freeze-dried foods, a water filter, and be sure you can defend your family. And then get your gold and silver coins, and if you want leverage and you like to speculate, then you buy stocks as well. Second part of this, the question goes on, were the markets rigged, and was there a constant manipulation of various aspects of the economic system like there is now? If so, what was manipulated and how have things changed? I began to see manipulation in 1980. And the first manipulation that could be identified by the Fed was in 1987. It was October the 19th. And the reason I know that is my birthday. I'll be 74 on October the 16th. And so you remember those dates when they're close to your birthday. And I was in Portugal, and we were staying at our home there. And we had to take the plane to London. I arrived in London, and all the trees were blown down. They had a hurricane, if you can believe that. And but what the Fed did is they went into the market. And I tell you, the first day I arrived in London, I had lunch with a couple of stockbrokers who were real good friends of mine. I did a lot of business with them because I was doing the South Africans in those days. And one of them worked at the Bank of England. And after he had 3 pints, you know, they do eat lunch there, but they drink their lunch as well. He told me, I said, how's gold doing? He said, well, it's down $100. And I said, really? I said, how could that happen? It just gone up $100, incidentally. And because of the U.S. stock market. And he said that the United States government came in through the IMF and sold a pile of gold through us. Later, I went to McChesney Martin, and I said, is this true? And he wouldn't answer me. And so when they come out with their quarterly report, annual report the next March, it was right there, but you had to know what to look for. And they sold a whole bunch of gold at that time. So that began the manipulation. And then what we had after that was the I'll get it in a minute. Just hang in there. What was I thinking of? In 1970, we had the August 1988 signing of the executive order creating the Working Group in Financial Markets, which is supposed to function when there was trouble. Now, they have trouble 24/7 in Washington now because they distorted the whole thing. And that's how the rigging began. But before that, during the 70s, there was none. And so thank you again, Chris, and thank you for the lovely letter that you sent to Coast to Coast. When I was on the program, they got a considerable amount of letters, I don't know how many, via email, saying that they were happy I was on the program and that they should have me back, like so I can go once a month or something like that. And we received about 2,500 emails of people who were requesting the publication. And so I want to thank you, you people who went out of your way to let them know how you felt about the program. The next question is from Thanks. I don't know where his name is, but anyway, here we go. It's a listener, not a subscriber. If there was ever a time to show us how diabolical the New World Order and the United Nations is, it's now. The NWO wants to force us to take their squalene-filled vaccines through their genocide arm, the World Health Organization, WHO. Squalene has contributed to the cascade of reactions called Gulf War Syndrome. We are only waiting for the European Union's approval to start vaccinating everybody, a health administration official told Reuters. Are they going to be able to get away with this false flag attack on the whole world? That's a question. Any advice if I am sent to jail for not taking the vaccine? I don't live in the United States, so it will be a non-U.S. jail. Okay, here we go. Number one, you're right about that. This is an attack on the people of the world. And the people of the world, and you're listening all over the world. I know that on this program because I got piles of subscribers out there as a result of this program who live in Europe and Asia and South and Central America and everything. And don't take it. It's poison. Squalene, mercury, I mean the whole works. The whole works. All the crummy crap that's going to kill you is in there. And who knows? You know, they might be designating in certain areas a certain amount of injections that have live virus in it. I mean, these people are diabolical. They're evil. And now that we've got, for the last 15 years, internet, shortwave, etc., the world is finding out fast what they're up to. And believe me, they're terrified, because we know we're going to come at, they know we're going to come after them. Now we're exposing what they're doing now. And these programs are having a tremendous impact worldwide, especially the bigger programs like Alex Jones and some of those others that have great audiences.